Alright, hello and welcome everybody back to the stream. I'm your SimCFI and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Today we're back in the CSS 737-500. This is an aircraft that's been out for quite a while now and it had a pretty rocky launch. Continuing on the channel, airplanes with bugs, hopefully not today or at least the rest of the day. We're going to be testing out the brand new update to the CSS 737-500. Now, there's multiple ways you can purchase this airplane. You could buy it through, you could buy it only through the CSS web shop, but you can buy a subscription for a month, a subscription for a year, or the full price of the airplane. The full price of the airplane is quite high, and the reason is they've said that when you buy the full price, you get this airplane, 737-500, you'll get the I believe the 3 and the 400 as well, but those aren't made yet. So you're kind of paying into a hope. So if you are interested in this airplane, I recommend maybe subscribing for a month just to see if you like it. And after that, maybe wait until they release this airplane as their own. They said when they bring out the 737-300, the 400 as well, you will be able to buy the 500 by itself with a less price. So the pricing is a little weird, but anyways, I digress. Thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you to all the channel partners and channel members. Partners will be displayed at the top right corner of the screen, and the channel members are very much appreciated as well. In the description, you'll find a bunch of discount codes. You guys can feel free to use that. We got discount codes for Pimax and Tobii Eye Tracker and a bunch of other stuff. So feel free to look at that. Contrail as well. So we'll take a look on the outside of this airplane. As they have overhauled the textures on it, it does look a little better. I can't hear anything though. Yeah, my sound is set, so I guess they don't have an audio for. That. That's kind of weird. But overall, it looks a lot better. I did some flying with it maybe a week ago, and the flight model was interesting. I'll just say that. But, you know, not bad. It looks like a 737-500 to me. Willie, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Nighthawk, hello, welcome. I'm fine with my PMG 737-6 updated for Microsoft 2024. Yeah, well, that's a different airplane. Because that's technically still an NG. This, however, is the old school type of cockpit. So if you're not used to this type of airplane, it might be a little bit of a cooler change of pace for you. I'm not sure. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. But I like this kind of classic looking type of 737. So first things first, we're going to come to the tablet here and we are going to select the, actually I don't need that, but I do need the ground power. Oh, it's already hooked up. The GPU is already blue. It's already hooked up, ready to go. And then we're going to click this button here, Sim Brief. This one right there, that's ours. And it should be able to pull up charts and stuff for you as well. There we go, we'll do instant load. We'll start that, loading completed. Keep it nice and simple. So we're going to come over here. Whoa, a lot of lag. I'm going to come over here to the overhead panel. And we are going to select the battery on. Nice sounds there. Sorry, I just got... for some reason my control panel is gone. But anyways, don't worry about that. Next, we'll select the ground power on. So real quick, we'll put this to bat bus battery. You can see our voltage there works just fine. Battery bus. And there's the ground power now on the bus. Perfect. Nice sounds. That clicking you're hearing is coming from this instrument right here. There we go. We'll go ahead and uncage our artificial horizon there. Welcome. Just got back from St. Martin. Oh, in real life or in the sim? Either way, that sounds nice. Would have joined you in the flight, but my sim will take till 2099 to load. No worries, my friend. You're all good. The performance in this airplane has significantly improved. It's still, it's a little different for me right now. I had it working really well, but NVIDIA did something, and now it's not as good. But it's still decent. It's much, much better than it used to be. That's for sure. It used to be really bad before. Oh, in real life, that's awesome. Yeah, that's cool. I've never been there. We'll come to the top. We'll put our IRSs to align on DC. On DC. Arm the emergency lights. The smoking lights can go on as well. And in terms of lights, our position lights can go on. I think I might have to change. NVIDIA did something to my settings, and now they're really bad. Oh, it reset. I literally just did this, and it literally reset itself. That's why. There we go. Yeah, I started the stream before. Man, I can't win today. All the Sims hate me. It's okay. Just a computer game, just a computer game. Turn all this stuff off. Off. That makes a lot more sense. We should be getting better performance now. NVIDIA did something and it always resets my settings. I don't know why. But anyways, that is all done. We can go down here to the FMS. And we're going to grab our GNSS position. Which I guess this will do just fine. Insert that in there, and then we're going to go back to the overhead panel. And select nav and nav. Thank you guys so much for watching, by the way. JV says this looks way different from Concorde. Yeah, it does. We're taking a break from that terrible simulation. That was just so disappointing. Hey man, hope you're good. Yeah man, thank you so much for joining. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping by. You gotta uncheck optimize for games NVIDIA app, otherwise it will change your settings. Yeah. Yeah, what it is I actually have an NVIDIA app uninstalled regularly, but every 2 months or so I'll just install it to make sure that I haven't missed an update. But I find I get much better performance with it uninstalled. But I reinstalled it to check, but I forgot to uninstall it, so it did havoc on my settings. Anyways, this is gonna start aligning. We can go to root. It should have SimBrief loading in if I just type in kden, and then I believe I can just type Omaha all in one line, and it grabs it, not in database. It's okay if we have to type it all in, but there is a way to do it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. It should be in your database, unless I didn't... oh, I keep hitting my X-Plane buttons now. It should be in the database, unless I forgot to put the settings in there. Crew applications, general. Yeah, you can even see it. It brought it up here. And it brought it there too. Holy, do they have enough charts? Interesting. That's okay. We can type it out. That's not a big problem. That's not a big problem anyways. The RG Real Life doesn't have this feature anyways, so... But it does work. I have used it before. It's not a long route, so we're gonna go. We're 3012 Southwest 3012, and it's WINDM to HCT. Then direct the GRI VOR. This seems so modern compared to the Concorde, and that's it. We'll activate, execute that. Departure, arrival, departure, I should say. The ATA says they're using runway 8 and 34 left. Let's see where we are. 8's what they normally give, don't they? I'm pretty sure. The 34 left, I think, is closer from where I am. If I'm not mistaken. So I'll probably just end up using 34 left. Actually, no, 8's not that far off. We'll use 8. That's okay. Yeah, we can do 8. Keep hitting my explain buttons. This is going to get really annoying. Runway 8, and the departure is the Eons 8. Next page. We'll insert that. Departure arrival. Arrival into Omaha is going to be the Howdy 3. Or the Howery 3. GRI. We'll leave the runway for later. We'll execute that. Perf in it. We're going to flight level 370. It's quite up there, actually. Cruise wind 255.44. And then the IC deviation is +6. Zero fuel you can't click, which I thought you were able to click it in this version, but I guess you can't. Only the PMDGs and the iFly. We'll select over here. We'll go to ground ops and load. We're loaded with zero fuel of 87.1. Call it 0.2. Round up for fudge factor. And our fuel, I guess we could just take a look here. Where would I put a total fuel quantity? It's probably staring me right in the face. Right here. Okay. 65 aside, 7 would be 14, so it's 13,000 pounds of fuel. Call it 12.8. Oh, already has it in there. 12.9. All right. Our reserve fuel, however, is going to be 2.4. Cost index of 15. Awesome. You can do that. I'm a bit of pickle. Get the AB9 or wait for wing control terrace. That's a hard one, man. I've never tried. Actually, I have tried the Winwing stuff at the FS Expo last year, and it felt fantastic. I don't have the AB9, but I know the AB6 is really good too. Depends how much you want. If you want it now, get it right now, and maybe sell the AB9 later if you don't want it anymore. Or you can maybe wait till FS Expo to try them both. But that is actually a hard choice. That one's hard. Would you recommend I get the 737-900 instead of the 800 variant? It doesn't matter really, Dad. I mean, the 900 is longer, but it's still a 737 cockpit. So as long as you don't care about that it's like the real airline doesn't use the 900, then it won't matter. But the 800 is used more. So most people buy the 800 for that reason. But it's all the same in the inside. A little bit more easy to get tail strikes with it, though. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Yash, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. We're just in the 737-500 by CSS. Let's go to our takeoff page here. This sim looks so much better than X-Plane does. We're not in Frankfurt. I don't know why they... This is probably the worst EFB in an airplane so far. Like a payware airplane, that is. Runway 8, flap 5 is fine. Anti-ice is off. Bleeds will be on. MEL's none. Engine's 18.5. We can check that just to make sure. (18.5), yes. The wind direction, you can't, yeah, it doesn't have a sync, so I have to literally find the wind and put it in here. It is 050 at 17 knots. 50. 17. Normal. It's dry. Probably pretty hot. 21 degrees. Thought it'd be worse. And the QNH of... It's 2996. It's probably honestly around that. That's fine. Works for me. It should calculate it. Actual takeoff weight. This is in kilos. Let's go back to pounds. I don't know why this always changes. I want pounds. It is in pounds. Okay. Oops. It's in kilos though, but sure. You gonna calculate it? Or are we just gonna make it up as we go? I'm gonna go to this FMS because that parking brake is kind of annoying. I don't know why it's not calculating actually. Maybe enter? Nope. That's everything to put in. What else can we have? Reverser or not? That's it. Oh. There we go. Okay. As I said, this is the worst EFB ever created. Let's make this a little closer. Plan takeoff 57, so we're probably giving an actual of 50. I'll put it close. I'll make it heavier, whatever. Just in case. Temp of 21. 43, 45, 49. So temp of 21. And we got 143, 145, I believe. Yep. And 149. Now, I don't think they gave me a cell temp. They just gave me a temperature. They didn't give me a actual flex temperature. So I guess I'll just leave it blank. I'll use full toga thrust. Alright, that works for me, I guess. That's all completed. We can press our secondary flight plan, I guess, to make a second one if there is one here somewhere. Well, not going to worry about it for now. That's fine with me. We're basically good to go. So I'm going to start getting the APU online. We'll get the APU sounds going for you. And starting APU. Listen for the barbecue. 737-500. No wonder I was trying to think which aircraft this. Yeah. Yeah, it's an airplane that I think it's in a better state now. I remember going back to X-Wing 12 a month ago and was stunned at how bad it looked. The plane exterior and clouds look great, but I can't remember the train. Yeah, the train looks terrible. The clouds do look... I'll give X-Plane lighting and clouds. Not a bad APU sound, I guess. Works for me. MCP wise, unfortunately none of the Winwing stuff works, I don't believe, just yet, so we'll be doing this all manual. So runway 8, we're good up to 14,000 feet, so we'll set 14. And then runway 8 heading will be 083. Our V speed is 149, so we'll do 159, a V2 plus 10. I don't know if they do that in the 7.3, but I'm going to do it because that's RJ stuff. Do that. We can arm the flight directors. We can arm LNAV and VNAV. I should be able to, but I guess not. That's fine. Might have to do it in the air. And then they would set their course to the runway heading as well, but I'm not gonna bother. Click and hold to arm the auto throttle. That's fine. All right. Pressurization wise, we're going up to 37,000 feet, so we can set up 37,000 feet. And landing over there in Omaha, 1,000 feet. Wait, this is cabin altitude. Okay, and we can press check and you can see if the valve's not actually moving, but that's fine. It should do a check, I'm pretty sure, but whatever. Let's get the APU on the bus. Now in the 737-500, you can only have one pack on at a time. I believe they use the left pack, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll do that with the APU bleed on. Should have the bleed first, then the pack, but that's fine. It should be left forward, I believe, for the fuel pump as well. Yaw damper gets selected on now as well. Window heat can all be selected on now. And we should be, what is that? Oh, that's cool. We should be ready to go. Alright, belts on. Throw the ignition on the right side today. And yeah, let me just make sure there's no one here for clearance. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's no one here at all. So we'll just be talking on our CTAF frequency. .CTAF. It's 24.3. Put that over there. Squawking 2000, we'll put that in transponder mode. All the trims are 0. We don't need any lights. Those can all be turned off. Good texturing, it looks like, for the most part there. The cockpit door is closed. And oh, notice it says lock fail. You gotta come up here and close the guarded switch. There you go. And now the cockpit door is locked. That'd be a flight attendant duty, not really a pilot thing to do. Cool. Altimeters 2996 is set, and we are basically good to push. So get the rest of the fuel pumps on. And yeah. Ready to go. I'm like, am I forgetting a lot of stuff? I'm just coming back off the Concorde, so Concorde like a million items. Looks like these brightnesses went down, so let me go ahead and bring those back up. There we go. Cool. I'll call up GSX. Pushback and departure. Southwest. And we're going to want to push nose to the left. I have the CRJ V2 in the checkout. Just haven't clicked buy yet. It's coming. It's coming though. I think you need to decide for me. Own every plane except the CRJ, basically. I think if you like a bit more of a challenging airliner to fly, I think you'll enjoy it. There is a few bugs in it, but I know they are making a 2024 native version, and it should be a free update. I believe. I can't say that for sure, but I think so. So yeah, I think you'd enjoy it though. I am on. I will be helping with a RJ development on the X-plane side of things. Lemon, welcome. The plane looks very interesting, but not worth the full price, in my opinion. I'll wait for the other 737, preferably a classic series like a 200. Yeah, 200 would be cool. We were talking about the price at the very beginning. The price is very high because you'll be purchasing the 300, the 400, and the 500 variant with that price. However, I agree that you shouldn't buy airplanes that aren't released yet. So what I would do is I would wait till they release the 300 and the 400. And then you should buy the individual planes. So you'll be able to buy the 500 individually, the 400 individually, and the 300 individually. And that's what I think you should do. All right, parking brake release. We're cleared to start engines. So let's go and turn the pack off. The isolation valve is open. Recirc fan can stay on, doesn't really matter. And we're going to go and start number 2. Some weird sounds going on. Oh, what the heck? That's cool. I just clicked right there. There's a checklist. There's like a little spreadsheet. That's kind of sweet. Those do not like DLSS. Actually, maybe that's just how it is. Those are very weird tire sounds. Your tires should not be making that noise. Oh look, they modeled even this moves. There's 25. Fuel on 2. What a stubby jet, yeah. There's a new patch on the horizon still for it. Alright, wait, what? Is there a new patch on the horizon? Oh, for the RJ? There is one. I don't know when it's coming out, but I know they are planning one. The sounds aren't great, but they are better than what they were. You can go away. Alright, starting left. Go ahead and add fuel on number 1. I did not know that. That will change everything, I guess, but as you said, still we'll wait until they release the other ones. Yeah, wait till they release the 300, the 400, and the 500. Well, the 500 already released, but wait till they release the other 2, and then they said that they will be selling them individually when they do that. Alrighty. So, both engines are online. Start a cutout on those. They can go continuous, continuous. We can select our generators on the from the engines onto the bus. Our APU can be selected to off. We have no center tank fuel, so the center tanks can be left off. He gave us the wave, so he's off back to the ramp. Left pack auto, right pack auto, isolation valve auto, APU off, or the bleed at least. Electric sources of our hydraulics can be selected on. All the way back here, our 2 probe heats can be selected on, although it's crazy hot outside, but we'll still do that, as it's still required. Galley should be on. That was my fault. Everything up here looks good. I'm going to put this switch to the flight mode just because I know I'm going to forget that, and we're not going to pressurize. If you forget this switch in the ground mode, you won't be pressurizing, and you'll get a lot of honks and horns. Auto brakes RTO. Our flaps can get set to 5. Awesome. And we'll do a quick little control check. Those are very, very bad yoke animations. But it will do, I guess. Let me make sure my Moza profile is set up to the 737-500. Nope, it's at my Concorde profile. I miss my Concorde a lot, actually, right now. And the flaps are 5 set and indicating. I'll give you guys not much of a flap, but there you go. This is the animation on the ailerons outside and spoilerons and stuff. It's nothing really special, but it works. Park and brake off. And taxi light on. You know what? I never did my beacon light. There we go. Now we're legal. The taxiing on the ground is a little interesting. It starts off very sensitive, but then then you go more rudder or tiller, and there's not really a whole lot there. It's kind of weird. Okay, LNAV armed finally. Let's turn off the flight directors and return them on. LNAV is active. VNAV will not arm. I think we have to do VNAV in the air. That's fine.
Depth traffic Southwest 81 taxi runway 810 via Charlie November Mike. Depth traffic.
Sounds are meh. Yeah, they're not the greatest. I'll agree with that one. Did the 500 have the digital instruments? Obviously not, right? Those are an upgrade, right? No, I think the 500 did. I think the 500 had this package. The 200, however, had the old analog stuff, I'm pretty sure. But I'm pretty sure this had the what you see here. I'm trying to find the lights for the fuel panel. There we go. I can read the fuel. good down there. So far, it's working quite well. And Denver air traffic at Southwest 3012. We're following the company runway 8. I don't know why our decision height is set. I don't really want that. I think it's down here. Yeah. I don't want you. Can I just turn it off? Put data on. There we go. I mean, yeah, visuals look good. The performance is kind of okay, but I think that's more my fault right now on my settings, because NVIDIA kind of screwed them up a little bit. But it's not bad. It's much better than it used to be, and so far so good. Everything's working the way I'd expect a 737 to work. Hopefully it looks good for you guys as well. Mr. Fly with Adam, hello, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well, sir. Guys, be sure to go check out Mr. Adam's channel as well. He likes to stream around 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So go check him out. I flew the iFly 37 Max earlier. Amazing plane besides the EFB, but I think I saw a video on the developing new EFB, which is definitely needed. Yeah, the Max EFB isn't the greatest, but this EFB is way worse. This one's pretty bad. It does what it needs to do, but it's not going to win any awards. That's for sure. It doesn't even put me on the chart. Alright, I'm just going to taxi on over the left-hand side here.
Denver traffic, Southwest 81, departing runway 8, aren't have the kidding. Denver traffic.
I want to make such a bad dad joke right there. I was going to be like, well, are you kidding? Are you actually departing? But I didn't say that. The taxiing feels quite strange. It's very sensitive until the gear gets to about 5 to 10 degrees, and then it doesn't turn at all. This analog standby instrument clicking is going to drive me insane. I really want a 7.3 Classic for Microsoft Flight Sim, so I want CSS to succeed, but not looking super great so far, in my opinion. Pricing has a big input to that opinion. Yeah, honestly, if they can, once they release their 400 and 300, and then they let you buy this individually by itself, and they charge like 50 for it, I think it'll be great price. But right now, what you're buying for that price is 3 airplanes, one that's out and released and still in beta technically, really. It still works well, but you know, it's not complete. And the other 2 planes that you're buying with that price are, I don't think maybe even being worked on yet. Who knows? So definitely a hard sell. I'll say if you're ever interested in flying it, buy the 1 month just to see how it is, and then wait till it comes out later on, or just wait till it comes out and buy it later. What the heck is this? I just noticed a clear tube. Is that for like a water hat that I can wear and just drink out of? I'm taxiing a Concorde, but I need to remember that nose gear is under me. Gonna go a bit faster on the straightaway here. Oh, my left engine isn't working. Interesting. Stand by. We are having a controller problem. Actually, it's a good thing I noticed that. Take a look at the N1. I'm like, why isn't the N1 rising? 737. Throttle. Okay, throttle 2. No, I need throttle 1. One, two. Probably have to go reverse them, but let's try without it. Yep, have to go reverse it. Well, at least our takeoff monitor works. Search by, nope, go away. Assigned. Throttle 1, 2. Why is there 3? What the heck is going on? Turn that off. Reverse and reverse. We're good. Yeah, that's a really good thing that I checked that. Was it FlyJSim who develops the 737-200 on X-Plane 11? Maybe, I think it's, wasn't it IXEG? They made the 300. That was a really good one in my opinion. I liked that one a lot. That IXEG was a good one. Practicing some CRJ right now? Yo, Adam, next, if you want during cruise, we can get on a Discord call if you have any questions mid-cruise. I'd be down to help if you need any help with anything. We will be in the CRJ again soon on stream. I know you guys, a lot of you guys like to watch those. I'm just gonna kind of let the whole incident go over a little bit. I'm sure I'll get bombarded with questions and things, and I can't answer them. Really appreciate you guys watching as well and hitting the like and subscribe and all that great stuff. Don't forget, in the description we have a bunch of discount codes for all the products that we're using, so feel free to go take a look at that. This is going to be quite a far taxi. I'm going to increase the speed a little bit more. We're only doing 15 knots, so we'll go up to like 25. How come the CRJ can't follow an RNAV GPS glide slope, but can kind of follow the ILS glide slope? So RNAV GPS is based on satellites. So for an LPV to take place, you'd need a WAS-equipped CRJ, which the NGs, the ones I fly, the NG variant can do it. You also need a VNAV function, which the NG has as well. So if you're on a CRJ 900 NG, they can do a GPS ILS. It's called an LPV approach. ILS it can do is because it's based on a radio signal, so it's complete different technology. It's not satellite based at all. Alrighty, gonna hold short here. I like how they just left all these wires exposed. Like, who cares? Denver area traffic. It's Southwest 3012, lining up runway 8 at Mike. This airplane goes. This is idle thrust. It just starts to go. So we're cleared takeoff. These can come on. Position and strobe. Please. Please. You're being an X-plane click spot. Alrighty. Let's make sure our spoiler, I moved it earlier, so make sure that's all good. TCAS RA, TARA on our transponder. You guys ready to go? If you guys are members of the channel, please leave your togas emojis in chat, please. I was about to Concorde this thing. I gotta remember I'm not in the Concorde. We're in a very stubby jet. Although that actually could look like it worked out quite well. Alright guys, you ready? Run them up 50% or so. The sounds kind of suck. Toga. And that disconnected my toga. Not that button. Let's just click it here. What? Oh, my trim maybe? I don't know why it's yelling at me, but whatever. Ton of right rudder required right now. The airplane's trying to take off already. V1 rotate. With positive rate, we can select the gear up. feel like it's not trimmed right now, but it's fine. Like in terms of lateral trim. It's like it's wanting to roll on me quite a bit. We're gonna go legs page. Direct showbow. That doesn't look good. I go direct royale is fine with me. The hand flies quite well, flap one. I'm gonna select VNav. Autopilot on. We'll execute that. Let me go ahead and bring that scale way down. There we go. I mean, all the automation's working quite well. Neutral in the gear, auto brakes off. We can turn all of these off as well. Just make sure that I did put the switch to flight, which I did. We have LNAV, VNAV, speed, and 1. Flap 0. There's this leading edge slats coming on up. Hey Jack, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well, my friend. This looks like so much fun. I really wish I had time. No worries, my friend. Yeah, I flew out of your home there. Hate that horn in 737s. Yeah, I mean, there's no other reason why it should have been honking. We got the flap set, the spoilers were retracted. They even checked that. The only thing maybe was the trim, but everything was configured for that one. Even the flap were in green as well. I don't know when they do ignitions. I think it's through 10,000, but we'll hold on that. Actually, we are through 10,000. So we'll go ahead and do that. Cabin is pressurizing, so that looks good as well. Whoa, that was a lag spike and a half. Let's go ahead and tell it can go higher. VNav path N1. You can see in the bottom right of that screen there. We're going all the way up to 37,000 feet. Holy scrolly. Holy scrolly. There we go. We're through 10. All these can be knocked off. And why not? It's been pretty smooth. Nope, nope, nope. You still can't smoke. Belts off, however, is fine. There we go. You can see its target is about 265 knots or so, so it's going to do all that one with VNav. It's going to work all by itself. We're doing quite well. Some serious sounding hair dryers. Yeah, they're not that great on the sound, is it? This thing is climbing. I don't think it knows it's in VNav. I'm gonna click VNav again. There we go. Maybe it knows. I don't know. It's supposed to get there, and it's hauling at 4,200 feet a minute right now, and it can't make it. So I'm gonna have it pitch down here shortly if it doesn't do it itself. Oh, LPV. I've been using the only LNAV only like the whole time with CRJ. No, the CRJ in the sim does not have LPV. It should not work in the sim. I don't believe it's modeled. And if honestly, you're doing yourself a favor, because 97% of the time you're doing an RNAV approach in real life at an RJ, it's probably going to be a non-LPV bird. We call them the VNAV machines or a magic bus or whatever. I haven't flown the CRJ since the MSFS 2020 days. I have forgotten all the procedures on how to fly it. Well, that's good, because we're creating a brand new professional tutorial series on this channel. Part 1 is out currently. I've been slacking on making part 2, but I'll probably try to get that to you tonight or maybe tomorrow. Part 2 is going to be the safety checks. I mean, so far so good, other than the little takeoff warning horn thing, which I don't understand why it was going off, to be honest with you. I know there's a bunch of configurations of why it should be going off, but everything was set, to my knowledge anyways. It doesn't, it looks okay. It doesn't sound the best, but you know, it's okay. It sounds like flying hair dryers. It really does. It really does. But yeah, it's just your standard 737. I will say the night lighting looks really good. Like if I go ahead and change the time here, I'm gonna put the dome light on real quick so I don't lose myself, and I'll make it dark. Look at that. I think that looks pretty decent, except for this thing, but I kind of want to fly at night now. Look how good this looks. You guys mind if I change the time? Or do you want me to do real time? Real time is just straight up daytime. I'm probably gonna change it to this, and then by the time we get to our destination, it'll be sunrise. Up to you guys. You guys want sunrise or daytime? But this looks incredible to me. I'll leave it like this for the time being. One thing I didn't like about the CRJ was the fact that it doesn't have auto throttle system. Yeah, you gotta work. You gotta work for a little bit. It's not a magic bus. It won't hold your hand. Still not getting on the speed it's supposed to be on, but it's in VNAV mode, so it should know to go there. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe click speed of 260, then VNAV. Nope, it goes back to N1. Okay, it is doing 0.6. Let me see in here if I can change that. Climb. It's supposed to be doing 262.7. I'm gonna execute it again. Hit the transition button there. Okay, that's weird. The B button should set transition, but it's set lower than that, so we'll just set it to 1013. We'll set 1013 there, and we'll set 1013. Oh, just my side, it was broken. All right. Mamba, hey, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're in the CSS 7.3 Classic, checking it out. I'm gonna start a poll, guys. We were flying in the daytime, but I just changed it to night to show you guys the lighting. What would you like me to do? Go back to day, live time, or stay in the nighttime? You guys can answer the poll there. I won't configure any of the lighting until you guys let me know, but I've set it to early morning, so by the time we get there, hopefully it will be nice and sunrise. So only problem I'm noticing... Oh, that's probably why I was getting honked at. The speed brake was armed. I didn't check that. I thought I wiggled my controller. I guess I didn't do it enough. The only thing I'm noticing though is it is in VNAV. It does have VNAV speed and N1 selected, but it's not letting go of its vertical speed to catch the actual speed that it needs. So I might just go vertical speed. I'll select 1000 and 0.72 on the Mach. Let's see if it does it. It doesn't even listen to me. Look, 1000, I'll do 500. So now we're starting to figure out the bugs. Ooh, nice. The EFB just gave me flashbang. Yeah, it's super bright. Wait, actually, from the inside, the engines sound like my washer and dryer. I find it weird that the vertical speed doesn't listen. You know what? Let's do the classic off and on. Nope. Yeah, it doesn't want to listen to vertical speed 500. That's kind of strange. Well, you guys all voted for nighttime. So we're going to keep it like this, and I'm going to bring the lighting down a little bit. And we will definitely bring this lighting down a bit. I don't know how to bring this lighting down actually though. Has to be in the settings, I guess. EFB. I'll just do 10 seconds so it, I guess, turns off. They have to have a brightness somewhere. Ah, okay. There we go. Now it's now it's crazy bright, or crazy dim. Turn that back off. Honestly, I'm gonna turn night mode on. It's pretty impossible to see it. There we go. I'll put it back in VNAV that we finally reached the speed I wanted, and let's see if it, yep, it's going to start just rocket shipping up, but at least the N1's increasing. But I think that looks like a pretty, you know, that's a pretty decent looking flight deck with the lighting on. It looks better in the nighttime than it does in the day, which is not a good sign. But it looks pretty decent, I think, at night. I wonder if the circuit breakers are modeled. Oh, they are. Not these ones, though. So select circuit breakers are modeled. I guess, are these ones modeled? Maybe not. Maybe it was something behind I was clicking. Oh, it's literally, I could just wiggle the coat. Alright, never mind. Circuit breakers are in fact not modeled. It's 37,000. I mean, I think this looks pretty decent, guys. I don't think it's still worth the full price until the other airplanes have come out, but I do think you should start putting on your radar to keep an eye out for what updates come out on it. That's for sure. I prefer the steam gauges. They look pretty cool, especially during the nighttime. Yeah, it does look nice. I think it looks cool too, Adam. This really makes the FSX Milviz 737-200. Yeah, part of it makes it look amazing. 787 times 11. Hey Sim, how long from CFI to ATP eligible did it take you? That's not really how it works. I'm in Canada, so we don't really have that type of structure, but I only instructed for 11 months. Still lots of bugs? Not that I'm finding. The only one I really have found, that the takeoff one was my fault. I think the spoilers were armed. I didn't notice that. The only bug I really found was in VNAV. It has VNAV speed and FM and N1 there. It had a speed bug assigned, but it never tried to go for it. It was just rocket shipping up to its altitude. It didn't stall or anything, but it never got on the path. But that could have been my error as well, which it probably is. So I'm not noticing really any bugs so far. And if you guys go back to the last stream I did, I've done 3 streams total with this. The first one we had a bunch of problems. The second one I didn't even bother. We took off and it was a bunch of buggy performance and it was terrible. And this one we're actually doing quite well. I'm actually fairly impressed with this one. This is actually flyable now. I am on VATSIM. There is no one here, but yeah, it's looking pretty decent. I'm gonna come down here and turn the brightness of those screens down a little bit. Now we're finally settling back into cruise here. A beautiful sunrise. The exterior textures look a bit better. I know that you're looking at nothing right now, but the exterior textures do look a little bit better, and the sounds are still pretty horrendous. But the click spots need some work. It's minor stuff though. Honestly, it's a lot better than where it was. It's definitely flyable now for sure. At least from what I can tell. May have lowered it a little too much. Huh, I thought that'd be the map brightness. Oh, it is the map brightness, okay. Just takes a long time to get to the setting you want. There we go. Let's lower all these. Those are crazy, crazy bright. It's nighttime, so you want to make sure all our eyes... In real world, this would be blinding you, and your night vision is pretty much gone. There we go. Let me turn the dome light off now. No, but I'm actually fairly impressed. I thought this was going to go horribly. So, it's doing quite well. I caused the first problem on takeoff with the warning horn going off. But everything else has been pretty fine. The VNAV's a little weird, but it could have been my fault as well. I've been watching your streams for a background noise while I study in nursing school, but it's making me really want to start simming again. Right, well, good luck in nursing school. It'll be worth it when you got money to pay for all your flights and stuff, I guess, right? So, especially because Wingwing's coming out, or Wing Control's coming out with all that fancy gear, so start saving up for that. Yeah, you can do what I used to do during while I was doing flight school to study, but when I'd have to do written study, like study for my written tests and stuff, you set a flight up, maybe like a 4-hour flight, and during cruise, you can just go and study. You know, or do like a 6-hour flight or something in the triple. We're going to go ahead and start our preparation for arrival here. Over there in Omaha, they're using normally 33 left, 32 right, and... Sorry, 32 right, left, and 36. We're flying basically north. It's almost going to be like straight in. I'll probably just take... Probably just take 36 if I can. I don't know what runway they would use, but I'm just going to take 36. It's the quickest for me, so. We're going to go ahead and do departure arrival. We already have the arrival plugged in, but we're going to plug in the ILS, or the approach portion, which would be the ILS 36. Let's see if these connect anywhere. I don't think they do. Now, we'll just leave it from vectors. That's fine. Press the legs page here. We can put GRI over GRI. Or not. I guess you can't do that. That sounds like you should be able to do that, but that's fine. This page, 36, has it all plugged in there. Perfect. We'll go ahead and execute that. Now let's try it. Oh, now it worked. It took... That's weird. It took it now. After I press execute, it put it over itself. But anyways, that's all plugged in. And, yeah, so that's all working well. Init ref, approach. 125, we'll call it 130. There we go. That'll work just fine for us as well. The ILS frequencies, I've noticed it has an auto function, but I'm going to manually tune it because I don't believe it. So 10.7. I'd love to know where the other click spot is, so we'll just go up here and throw that dome light back on. Beautiful sunrise. 0.7 and 0.7. This is kind of like 767. The 6757 have that kind of thing going on for themselves. All right, so that's all been set up. The MDA is 1180. Technically, this is a DH, so we'll set this to 200, and then we'll set our MDA, which is based off sea level, and we'll set it with this 1180. Wait. Just right there is 1180. That'll be working just fine for us. Expand our scale a little more. Should have a top of descent and all that kind of stuff plugged in there for it, but if it doesn't, I can calculate one on the fly. That's no big deal. I wonder if I click this. I wonder if it goes to the landing one. It's takeoff. Click. No. What does it say on it though?
Denver traffic, good afternoon, Southwest 1571, taking
Oh, the
runway
weights,
34
flaps,
right via
assume
Charlie
1021.
Charlie,
Oh, that's where we're
Foxtrot
supposed to go. Okay. Speeds. And the weather. That's kind of cool. That's actually really cool how it's written out the weather like that. That's kind of creative. I can't scroll on it. I can't right click. I wonder if there's a way to get the landing one at all. I wonder, you know what it is? I'll probably have to fill it out in here. Let me read your comments real quick. Chandler, hello. Was just about to ask your thoughts. I'm between picking it up relatively soon or waiting for V2 update. If you want to try it, I'd say buy the month and try it. Just because the full price is quite steep, and you're buying into this airplane and the hope that they bring other planes to the sim. However, if they do bring the other planes to the sim, they will individually sell each one. So if you just want the 300 variant, just buy the 300. If you just want the 500, you buy the 500. If you can't wait, then just I mean, it's your money. You can do whatever you want. You can buy it, or you can subscribe for a month and try it for a month. How's 77500 update looking? I'm actually quite impressed. This airplane was a hot mess about 8 months ago. As I was saying, we did this flight. We did this airplane 3 times on stream, and the first time it was a lot of bugs. Second time I didn't even bother flying it, and then this is the third time, and it's working flawlessly, and the performance is incredible. I shouldn't say flawlessly, but it's working quite well. This EFB is absolutely horrendous.
Southwest 1571, line up, decline runway 34 right, course 7 departure to the west, Denver traffic.
KOMA. It should sync all this data. We have flap 30 landing, anti-ice is off, bleeds are on, MEL's none, that's the right engine, wind direction. See, it doesn't sync any of this stuff, so a little annoying. 030 at 24. Ooh, it's gonna be a windy landing. It's 24 gusts and 33. 030. And we'll put it at 25. You can't click too fast or it gets confused. Runway conditions dry. Yes, it is. That's all good. I don't know why that goes away when I click that. The temperature, 18 degrees. I asked for pounds but it's an inch of mercury, but it's giving me oh my god, this AP is so bad. It's giving me QNH, so somewhere around there. Which, see, that calculates. Can I click here now? Nope, still only has takeoff. So never mind. That's kind of a cool feature though, I guess. I like that. The sounds need a lot of work. But overall, the airplane looks good in the flight deck. It flew okay on takeoff, and we'll see on the landing here coming up. The click spots are horrendous. The EFB is awful. The sounds are bad, but for the most part, it's pretty decent. So it's only worth that full price cost if you, one, love the 737 Classic kind of series, and two, honestly believe that they will produce the other 2 modules. As I've been saying, when you pay for that full price, you're getting this airplane and the other 2 planes, the 300 and the 400 variant of this airplane. But you have to buy it and hope that they deliver that. That's up to you to have that much hope for that. I probably wouldn't have that much hope. Not saying they won't do it. I'm just saying, you've seen flight simmers get burned when they do early purchases like Flight Sim Studios and things like that. So, are you excited about the L1011? I just reckon I will need to watch loads of tutorials just to fly it, but it makes it even more interesting. I love the L1011. I can't wait for that thing to come out. That's right up my alley. Those older type aircraft, the 727, L1011, Concorde, that's all my type of stuff. So Really can't wait for that, but I can't wait more for the PMDG 747-100. I want that a lot more. But the L1011 will definitely be really cool. Why is it leveled off at 37,200? I don't know. It shouldn't have done that. This has no effect over an autopilot. At least it shouldn't. Vertical speed. Can't even go vertical speed. It's just holding 200 high for whatever reason. Let's see if this has an effect. It shouldn't. I'd be very, very, very surprised if that has an effect. No way. No, it's leveling off. Yeah, it just stays 200 high. Huh. We'll put this back to our minimums. Doesn't look like there's a top of descent being calculated. We're getting a very nice push, about 72 knots from the tail right now, so that's always good. Descend. I don't think I needed to do that. I just kind of wanted to see what happened. Oh, having data on doesn't put up anything else. Oh wait, I don't want that. We'll put up terrain though. Might as well. I really hate that these are down here. I would have loved. It's really nice that they added the EFS there on the later 7.3s. Airplane? What are you doing? What are you doing there, bud? You recalibrating for wind or something? Alright, we'll let you do what you're doing. You're kind of leveling out again. Hey, Zebra, welcome, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. I'm guessing you have already flown the Felis 74. No, I never touched the Felis in X-Plane. The only... I haven't played X-Plane in a while except for recently on the Concorde, but before that I only flew the IXE G37, some of the flight factors, and that's about it. That was back in X-Plane 10 and 11 area. And the Concorde, of course, back then. Alright, we're going to set up our auto brakes to our auto brakes of setting number 2. That'll work just fine. Let's see if this is finally calculating anything for us. It hasn't. Seems like it's pretty useless, to be honest. Oh, it had it for a second, then it went away. Alright. This is all very, very, very useless information. I need runway distance used, maybe some approach speeds, nothing. I don't get what the point of this is. The EFB is the worst part about this airplane so far. It's quite useless. I mean, it is nice that it has charts on it, and you can do all your ground stuff from here. It's not too bad. Built-in pushback, doors and all that kind of stuff. Your panel space, I don't know why they're in the doors section, but they are. But I think this will be, once they get the airplane like where they want it, this will have to be overhauled. The sounds are pretty linear no matter where I move. kind of gets different there. But yeah, it's not perfect, but you know, it's a lot better, and I'm actually very impressed and happy with where they brought this airplane from, where it started from. They released this airplane way too early. It was not finished yet. The LNAV is chasing a little bit right now. It's kind of going left and right for some strange reason. The aileron and rudder trim are set to 0, so that's not any part of it. Sorry, I just moved my physical throttle. I think the visuals look fantastic, and the performance is a lot better too. Boeing Aviation, hello, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Let me say, I think the sounds are up there with the EFB. Both pretty meh, yeah. The banner's not working, by the way, just to let you know. Oh, let me refresh that. Thank you. Thank you for subscriptions, by the way, guys, as well. We're gaining some more. Appreciate you guys, always. It looks like Fly Live just closed, so it said, see ya. I'll just restart it. Should be... Nope, I dumped all my data. Should be back now. I don't know how accurate it'll be, but... But what I can say is if you guys own this airplane already and you put it away or uninstalled it, I would reconsider installing it. I don't know if I can convince someone to buy it just yet, unless, again, you really love the 7.3 classic kind of series, which I think you'll enjoy it. But if you already own it, then I'd say definitely try to reinstall it and see where it's at. But yeah, so far I've noticed the VNAV is weird. The LNAV searches a little bit, which maybe is coded to be what it did. I don't know, but that's what I've noticed so far. The 737-500 worth picking up yet or not? The originals probably. So yeah, we've been talking about this all stream. If you again, if you love the 737, it's your baby. You got all the gear for it. Now I can probably comfortably say you can pick it up and fly it on VATSIM and have a good time with it. The performance is good. The airplane does what it's supposed to do. What you're not going to like about it are the sounds. The textures outside are kind of eh. The EFB is terrible. But flying it functionality-wise, it's working for me quite well, and the performance is much, much better than it used to be as well. If you do pick this airplane up, however, I will say you have to go to settings and turn mouse mode to legacy. It will not work with the modern mouse clicking of 2024. Your mouse will not work. So legacy mouse settings. But yeah, the price is quite steep, but if you love 7.3s, you can buy and actually use this now. It does run quite well. See, watch the horizon. It's like up, down, left, 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 left. So it definitely needs some LNAV trimming. Disengage the autopilot for a second. You're not really supposed to. Yeah, so what I have noticed again, the LNAV searches a lot. It's a lot of left and rights, and then the VNAV is a little interesting, but I'm gonna set up 3,000 feet. Okay. The price tag is the only thing holding me back from getting it. If it was 60 or 70 max, I'd probably get it. Yes. So if you wait, I don't know how long this will take, but if you wait for them to release the 400 and the 300 variant of the 7.3, they will be individually selling these airplanes once those other ones come out. So you should probably wait till you can individually buy whatever one you want to buy. Well, the airport's 80 miles away. We have to lose 34,000 feet. Roughly, give or take. 34,000 feet, double that would be about, we'll call it 70 for easy numbers. So, plus slowing down. So, we should be starting to descend around here. I don't know why it's not calculating a top of descent. I saw top of climb on the way up. Put that brightness back lower. The top one controls your weather and terrain radar kind of brightness. There you go. Just been doing this wing waggle thing constantly. Lemon, I have a feeling it'll be quite that long. The only thing is, this is far superior to the FS Labs E-Jets in terms of systems already, and it's only been out for a year a bit, maybe 2 years now. So hopefully it's just a copy and paste of a lot of systems, and then maybe a flight model, an exterior model, that kind of stuff. I'm gonna click the VNAV button and see what happens. Yeah, no, it's... Oh, now it's thinking about it. So I don't think it actually has a top of descent. I think it's just like you just gotta unenable VNAV and re-enable VNAV, I guess. I don't know. It's starting to descend now. But I don't know if that's actually my top of descent. It didn't really calculate anything. It says to top of descent 100 miles. So, but now it's starting to go down. I'm gonna press Alt-Hold. And it's not doing that yet. It says Alt-Hold here. Look how long it takes to Alt-Hold. That's 1,000 feet gone. Holy crap. There's 2,000 almost feet gone when I pressed Alt-Hold. That's very bad. I've never flown a 7.3, but that sounds like a design flaw, if that's actually in the airplane. Auto throttle is coming up to match it, which is nice. I guess I'll wait till this. 93 miles till we go. Waypoint / altitude. Oh, maybe we can do it like this. Let's go to legs page. Cobit. Descend. /3000. Nope. 3. Nope. 3. Nope. I don't know what it would want out of that. Maybe because it's not connected to the flight plan. Let's try one that's connected already that we passed. Or we're going to. Watch me have to put like feet at the end of this. No, all right. I really thought I had it. Huh. Well, we're gonna wait a little bit. We still got a bit of time to descend. Now the airplane's climbing because it's, you know, it's climbing in alt hold mode because I needed to alt hold. So we're discovering some bugs here. Alt hold. Yeah. There we go. I'll send this to the devs later. I hope the, or how do they get the actual sounds? I wonder. I mean, it's not like these planes are flying today. That's true, but they can probably get some sort of, like, those engines have to be somewhere on some airplane, I imagine. Okay, now it's actually alt holding, even though it said alt hold before. That's fine. You gotta watch it a little bit. It's not as automated as your PMDG one in terms of the autopilot being that good. Where I fly. I'm having a suspicion they use like default Microsoft autopilot logic because the RJ suffers from these problems. Really appreciate you guys sticking around and watching with me as well. Let's start bringing up these brightnesses, huh? Let's go over here. Bring that up. Bring that up. Those up a little bit. Nice. Still no top of descent marker. I'm gonna turn terrain off, so maybe it's plugged in the green. I can't see. Nope. The performance is starting to die for whatever reason. This is getting kind of laggy now. Russian airline Newtair still flies the 777-500 according to Wiki. There you go. Yeah, it got laggy for unknown reason. Just a little bit of hiccups here and there now. Let's go ahead and turn this limiter off. Having a really hard time holding an altitude. $55 miles to top of descent. Adding a crap ton of thrust. Because now it's climbing for whatever reason. It can't hold an altitude, I guess. Alt hold still displayed. Command still displayed. It's still in autopilot mode. Let's go ahead and set our courses up. It's going to be a course of 358. That's nice. Don't have to scroll that much. It's lost so much altitude. I'm just gonna set it on its VNAV path now, whatever. VNAV speed, LNAV, N1. And it's climbing. And it's turning left. I don't know why it's turning left if it's already on course, but sure. I'm kind of just seeing what's happening. So we're discovering some problems here. The LNAV and VNAV are very wonky. I'm thinking it's going back to 37,000 feet because that's where this waypoint says it's supposed to be. But it looks like it's going to blow through that anyways. It's gotten slow on its speed. And it likes to level off 300 high for whatever reason that is. I'm going to go direct cobalt. We'll just execute that. Now it's descending like a rock. I don't know. Well, there's VNAV path. Okay, now it's actually descending. So there's no top of descent marker, but it is descending on VNAV path. So I guess now it's doing what it's actually supposed to be doing. But earlier, I don't think it was supposed to be doing that. They fly the 100 in Russia? That's incredibly crazy. Air North in Canada is supposed to still fly according to the wiki. Oh yeah. 97% throttle at this altitude is kind of crazy. Yeah. CJ, welcome. Thanks so much for stopping by. Fly with Adam says, finally getting used to the RJ. Just tricky to land. Adam, if you're on and after this stream, I'd be down to do a either a full like you stream on Discord and I can help you out with it, or there's a tool called FS Copilot. It's completely free and it has shared cockpit for the CRJ. I'd be super down to do a flight with you if you want on that. We can even stream it someday. Why? What do you? No. Stop, airplane. You're overthinking this. It's trying to get back on its path because it didn't give itself enough time. You definitely have to monitor it quite a bit. It's not going to be... You can probably leave it in cruise for a little bit, just fine, but you'll definitely have to monitor the descent a little bit. But that little descent page helped. I don't see my little banana bar, though. For my... Like, what I'm going to reach, 3,000. I'm going to select flight level change. Let's see if this works. 0.8. That's too fast. 0.77. Why is it climbing? How are you possibly climbing in flight level change? Look, it's going to stall me out. You're supposed to go down, airplane. You're supposed to maintain the speed that I told you to maintain with pitch because I'm at idle thrust. There you go. You're starting to figure it out. Starting to figure it out. Okay. Alright, so we found the problems. I was like, this is going way too well. The problem is the autopilot logic is completely wrong. What is all that, you might ask? That is the missed approach that is displayed in a very interesting way, I believe. There we go. Now it's descending for the Mach that I've chosen to descend for. Its LNAV is still searching like crazy. I'll send you a DM after. Sounds good. Alright, I take back everything I said. If you're going to want to try this, try the month subscription. Other than that, don't worry about it. It did really well in departure, but on the flight path here, it got very confused on what I'm asking it to do. And we're going to reach 3,000 feet all the way over there, so full spoiler for that. Its VNAV top of descent wasn't calculated and shown on the screen. I don't know if that is actually a thing or not, though. Can't comment on that. The LNAV searches like crazy. Does not do a good job of that. I vector myself out here. Let's see how it does on heading mode. Level change 280 should start to nose down even more because I got the boards out. The autopilot seems very slow to react to anything you do as well. Like when I pressed Alt Hold, I pressed it at 36 and it went all the way to 35 before it leveled off, which was incredibly slow for an autopilot. Most autopilots pitch to 3 degrees per second. It's comfortable enough but fast enough to do something. And look, I'm telling it descend to 280. Why is it limiting itself to 250? Vertical speed. 36. Don't add thrust. No, you want 280. I want descent rate. Stop. I gotta CRJ this thing. I put you in level change. Level change, idle, and you pitch for speed. Or if you're climbing, it's climb thrust and it pitches for its speed as well. But we're descending, so somehow we're on the path. I don't know how we're actually lower on the path, even though the approach is literally right there. So the VNAV path is not calculated at all correctly either. What I am going to do is I'm just going to input the course here. And I don't think I can. So that doesn't work either. And we'll just erase that. And we'll parallel, we'll just do a big downwind here, about 10 mile downwind. Johan, how is it? Honestly, on startup and takeoff, it was excellent. But in cruise, it started to show its ugly face, where the LNAV was started to search left and right a lot. A lot of autopilot functionalities aren't doing what they should be doing. For example, when I was passing through 36,000 feet, I pressed Alt Hold. It had Alt Hold in the FMA green. And it went all the way to 34, like 800 before it actually leveled off. Then it went back up to like 37. It's all over the place. Top of descent not calculated correctly. The directs don't work all that well. The sounds suck. The visuals look pretty good and the performance is a lot better. And I feel like it's getting better, but it's not there yet. It probably still needs a few updates. It could be some user error mixed in there, but I don't believe so, except for the takeoff. The takeoff was definitely my fault, as I had the boards armed. I didn't even notice, but yeah. It's definitely not finished yet. Level change isn't doing what level change is supposed to do. So it's kind of all over the place. None of my friends like, or I guess would know about Flight Sim, but shared cockpit would be pretty cool, especially on VATSIM. It would be, yeah. I haven't tested it yet, but it'll be pretty sweet. Me and Dom running shared cockpit in 738. Ooh, that sounds cool. At this point, fly it like a Cessna or no point on relying on automated. Yeah, I'm flying like an RJ. It is a shame, Johan, but it's a lot better than before. So if they can keep improving on this, I think we have a winner. Before, the auto throttle wouldn't even work. Like, it was a mess before. So at least now it's pretty decent. They gotta work on the VNAV. LNAV is okay, but it kind of searches, it hunts for its track a little too much. Notice I've selected vertical speed 4,500 vertical speed, and it's only doing 1,800 feet per minute. It just doesn't listen to your commands unless it has a maximum. Maybe it has a maximum it can do. I'm not sure. I don't think it does. You should be able to scroll that to whatever you're allowed to in case of a loss of pressure. So 2,000 shouldn't be a maximum for it. 3,000 it liked. So it's just kind of all over the place. Alright, we'll set a speed of 230 will actually work just fine. Nope, speed. There we go. MCP speed. Gonna go ahead and start turning myself back inbound. I don't get too far away. It is a lot better than before, though, guys. I will say it is a lot better than before. So it's not hopeless. They are making updates to it, so I like to see that. It's not just abandonware. Yeah, I think once they get this airplane, Johan, squared away, I think they'll just be able to hopefully just copy and paste the systems to the 400 and the 300. This one's not far. It just needs a little more tweaking in the automation side of things. because it's pretty bad in the animation or in the like, what is that? I just asked for direct. Okay, there we go. Never mind. I was just not patient. That one, it worked. Just wasn't patient. LNAV vertical speed still there. Doing fine. Altimeter setting 2988 set. The EFB is basically the things that are awful. EFB and sounds are terrible. Things that are good. Textures, flight model felt okay. And the systems up here worked really well on the startup. Everything's worked really well. FMS and all that stuff was really good. And the things that needed some tweaking are the LNAV and VNAV. So it's not terrible. It's just, it's not worth the price just yet. But when they sell it individually for like $50, hopefully, and they improve it, I think it'll be a winner. I think they just really need to hunker down and fix all the little problems here and there. But I can try to fly it maybe at a different time again and see if it works. That's our pressurization coming back there. It might not be the only time I ever fly it, but we'll see. Why do you have the landing gear warning lights? In the 737 Classic, whenever the thrust is idle, the lights come on. A little bit of a feature there for you. So that's modeled correct. They have a lot of stuff modeled. That's why it's not trash. It's just not finished. It still feels like a beta. It's not like it's not Embraer 175 level. It's much better than that. You know, it's not as good as the RJ yet in terms of its features, but the RJ has a lot of problems now too. So there's 10,000 feet coming up on that. Just throw all these on. Why not? We're gonna ding the cabin. Oops. Alright, whatever. Ignition. The flight models, I've never really seen, you know, turbulence do that to me, where it yaws me in weird directions, but whatever. Now the performance is looking kind of bad, but I think that's mainly my system. NVIDIA kind of screwed up my system a little bit. So take that with a grain of salt. We're going to start flight recorder. The Airsoft CRJ felt decent. Their 330 was not good. Yeah, the 330 was very bad. Alright, looks like we're going to make that just fine. So we're going to take the boards away. And we're going to ask if, whoa, we're going to ask if it, vertical speed of 1300. Let's see if it can do it. Vertical speed 1300. It's pitching up. Still pitching up. Still pitching up. And stabilized. Not doing 1300 a minute. What about level change? Retard. Good. Good. Now it should just dump the nose to hold 230. I'll even add boards for it. Okay, now it's starting to go. So level change is kind of working now. This is our glide slope. We're a little above the slope. That's fine. We're going to get below the slope, and that'll work just fine for us. We'll slow it up. Runway's in sight with visual landing already. We'll go ahead and get on the CTAF frequency. I'd see how much it rocks in turbulence. Like, it's pretty funny. 32.1. I don't really see a lot of turbulence that yaws airplanes all over the place. It's not really a Cessna. It doesn't really do that. So that weird yaw effect shouldn't be there. There's 100. What's this? Can I click this book? Oh, that'd be cool if I click the book. Omaha traffic, Southwest 3012 on a about 15 mile, correction, 20 mile final. All right, let's 3.6. All right, we're gonna select approach. I'm gonna see what's gonna happen here. Low glide slope arm. That's correct. Okay, good. Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and go heading mode and steer it towards that a little bit more. So heading mode selected, still armed on the approach and everything. We're gonna take our boards away. And I'm gonna select vertical speed again, although it doesn't really work. 1200, and we'll start slowing it down. Start off with 190. Just one question. How does the hand flying feel? On this airplane, it feels okay. It's a little weird feeling in terms of the yaw effect still, but it feels okay. It's 4 for 3,000. Let's go ahead and arm our spoiler. There we go. Spoiler's armed. We're nicely below the glide path now, which is good. It's not doing 1200 a minute. It's maintaining 1500 feet per minute. But let's see if it levels off. Alt acquire. You should be starting to come up, airplane. You should be starting to come up, airplane. I think it's going to sail right through. Let's see. 1,500 a minute going right through. It's very slow on the autopilot. Very slow to react. It feels a little weird in the control movements as well. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's almost like too stable. I don't know if that makes sense, but like you'll put in a roll input and then it just like it tries to level you out immediately. It's like a fly-by-wires in here. All right, low captured. We're gonna re-input the autopilot on. Hand flies actually like trash. Oh, it's just diving for the ground. All right, I'll do it myself. We'll just hand fly it in. It flies pretty terribly though. Put our flaps to 2. Maybe this is Moza software doing this. I don't know. Stop. Okay, glide slope alive. We're gonna go gear down, and we'll start slowing down to the final approach speed here of 130. It was very, very slow down there. It's flying okay now. It flies better with the gear down than it does with the gear up. No, never mind. Take that away. See how I pitch and the airplane immediately goes back down? It just feels so weird. It has the problem that the CRJ first had before I helped with the project. Is the trim is way too overpowering on that stabilizer.
1,000.
Let's start our recording here. Auto throttle disengaged.
1,000.
Actually, you know what? Why don't we can let it do a bit more work. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? I'm full yoke to the left. What the heck is that? Oh my gosh. All right, now I'm disengaging the auto thrust because it's just adding power. What was that? That was full yoke required right there. We're gonna grab this glide slope back. It is gusting 33, but I've flown in much faster winds in real life and never required that much yoke. That was insane. That was like A380 wake mixed in with a gust of 50 knots or something. Now I'm full right yoke. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm having to fight this thing all the way down. There we go, it's starting to get back on the path. Gears on 3, green flap 30 is set, lights are on. Spoilers armed. Okay, this, yeah, it hand flies like absolute trash.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Where's all this lift coming from? Where's all the lift coming from? I'm idle. Oh my gosh. Alrighty, let's get it back on the center. I'm gonna go manual braking because I don't even trust the auto brakes. Did my reverse work? No, they did not. That was probably the worst hand flying airplane that I've ever tried in Flight Sim. We're gonna go ahead and disconnect that. Well, not disconnect, sorry. We did disconnect from Bad Sim, but we'll do some replays. There was, I don't know if it'll have the yoke, but the amount of, yeah, it does actually. That it didn't do. Why is there a pen there? Why would they model all this, but I can't fly the airplane properly? Oh, I thought I could type with it, sorry. What just happened? It's stuck. There we go, back. I think it needs some work. It needs a lot of work in the flight dynamic department. The systems are okay, the visuals are good, the performance is pretty decent. The LNAV, VNAV, whole autopilot is terrible, and the flight model is awful. Why is there just a ever running trim on the replay? It hand flies so badly, and then it suffers from every Microsoft problem, or a lot of airplanes at least, where it gets magic lift out of nowhere. I'm idle thrust right here. I didn't even flare. Look, look, it just goes up. One of probably the worst hand flying airplanes I've ever felt. This plane really needs some work, I guess. Yes, yes, it does. I've never experienced a real airplane like that, and I've never experienced a flight sim airplane like that in all of 12 whatever years. It flies absolutely horrendously. At least maybe it's a Moza yoke problem. I do know that Moza, their software sometimes can cause problems. It did with my A340-600. So maybe I can do some testing with that. But if it's not the problem, then this thing hand flies like trash. I'll need someone to try it maybe with a TCA yoke or a different Moza profile or something. But it flew really badly. Whoops. It's a chase plane bug. Wanted to say really enjoyed the stream today. First time in the chat for me. I have watched some of your streams. Hey, thanks so much, Lemon. We appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully it was entertaining for you. We'll get a nicer airplane on stream for tomorrow. I'll either try to do the Concorde again because I really want to complete that flight without a bug happening, or maybe we'll check out the MD-80 or MD-11. Those airplanes are fantastic. Flight models are really good on those ones. More so on the MD-11 has a really good flight model. Don't worry about the trim. I need help on my landings. Well, after this one, I think I do too. But I got a lot of landing tutorials on the stream, on the channel, so feel free to take a look. Adam, if you're still here though, I am going to be ready after this stream ends. So feel free to jump in my Discord. I can jump in yours. We are going to call it a night here, guys. That was... Honestly, I actually enjoyed it. Up until the autopilot started to go and the flight model was just trash. But other than those two real big problems, and the EFB kind of sucks, this airplane is on its way to be better. The performance is better. You can actually like fly it without lagging everywhere. So that's a start. But yeah, so this stream went further than the last stream, that's for sure. But do some more research. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Could be. That's just my opinion on it. So yeah, in summary, they need to work on it a bit more, but it is being worked on, so at least it's not abandonware. And that's all I can really say. I don't think it's worth picking up just yet. Anyways, guys, we'll see you on the next stream. I appreciate you guys jumping on in, and have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye for now.